Shuco's back in the water. So, remember when I made this? Yeah, been a long time, buddy. Orca, why don't you get to work with that? Anyway, so, guess what I got to watch? Yes, the live-action How to Train Your Dragon remake. And yeah, it's getting some interests in some people. But I gotta say, I have a few opinions on it. So that is why we have this movie review. We're gonna get started on... What? Wait, what the heck? What are you guys doing here, all of a sudden? We're here to listen about the review. It's not really rocket science, buddy. Yum, nom, 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 nom. Where's Snaggletooth and Windshear? They're trying to form an alliance and attack DreamWorks for not letting them in the movie.
Get bent!
Stormfly, why aren't you eating the food with the rest of the dragons?
They lack chicken!
Oh. Well, let's get started. Note, there will be spoilers. So I'll be putting a bracket on like all kinds of spoilers, and I'll definitely put a spoiler warning. So if you don't want to get spoiled, either skip ahead and something. You know, just don't listen to the spoilers if you don't want to be spoiled. Okay? All right, I'll let you guys know. All right, on to the video. It is here, guys. The live-action How to Train Your Dragon movie came out on June 13, 2025. That is 15 years after the original How to Train Your Dragon movie. And yeah, I know how that's like after waiting for something for 15 years. Unlike the 2010 animated movie, the live-action shows more of the Viking side of things. And they kind of skip lots and lots of dragon scenes. Though I'm going to review this movie in 3 different sections. Like, overall, the good things I liked, the bad things I hated, and of course some spoilers. So, like I said, I will be warning you guys when I'm going to reach the spoilers. So let's talk about the good things about this movie, because I know many of you are itching for that.
Yes, dude. We expect positivity, not negativity.
Though, to be fair, we don't mind a little bit of negativity. Just try not to be too harsh.
That's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. The designs of the dragons were spot on. And many of you guys saw my recent video post about these designs. And since you guys wanted a part 2, here. Let me give you a nice little part 2. Wait a minute, they actually went out of their way to add an underrated dragon like me? Huh, that's so cool! Though the design-wise, I look more menacing than that. What the did they do to me? That's not what I'm supposed to look like! Oh god, I look so ugly! Oh, DreamWorks, why? Join the club, buddy. Yeah, these designs definitely shined, except for poor Meatlug, the frickin' Gronkle. Look how they massacred my girl. But yeah, the designs definitely carried. Now I want to talk more about Stoic. Honestly, this was probably the best part about this. They actually brought back not only the director of the original How to Train Your Dragon movie to direct this film, but they also went out of their way to get the voice actor of Stoic from the first movie, then the second, and a little bit of the third, and Homecoming, and put him as Stoic. Frickin' Gerald Butler, returning as Stoic the Vast. I tried my best to be a Viking. I'm cringe. But yes, this was a How to Train Your Dragon movie through and through. And honestly, I like this movie. But here's the problems. And honestly, that's pretty much it. The designs and Stoic and the director, that's it. That's all the good stuff that I find. Now we go into the bad parts, and to be honest, guys, let's be for real. No, boy, this is gonna be a long one. The pacing. So, let's be for real. This freaking movie is 2 hours and 5 minutes. That's longer than the original How to Train Your Dragon animated movie. So, you know what that means, right? Fillers! And short pacing. Just like every single live action movie, and whatever the fricks Disney is plopping nowadays. Ooh! Oh! Yeah, the pacing. It's just fast. Like, the iconic scenes are just rushed. Like, the iconic scene where you get to see Toothless and Hiccup bond for the first time, whoop, rushed. And that's insulting. You're literally missing out on the iconic scene. Nope, we gotta keep moving. Gotta make this film good. And then the filler scenes. I'm gonna be talking about them in the spoiler section because they are spoilers. Now let's move on to the line delivery. Okay, to be fair, it's a remake. It's not supposed to be good. It's just supposed to be a recreation. That's the thing, you little boulder-class dragon. The remakes are said to be better than the originals. Not the other way around. But since this is a live-action remake of How to Train Your Dragon, for crying out loud, let's talk about it. Starting off with the line delivery. The freaking line delivery for, like, the iconic moments are mixed up. They are so out of the place. They're like, bad timing, too early. Bro, come on. Just breathe. Just try and act like you're a normal Viking and just add the lines. You're putting them too early, too late. Come on already, guys. Next, I want to talk about the most crucial thing about this movie. The acting. I'm telling you, when I listed down the bad things about this live-action movie, I did not forget the acting. And when I got to see this movie, I was banging my head with my knuckle. I was furious with most of the acting. It was so blah! Like, it was so bad. I mean, I guess it's alright for a remake, but come on. The dragons I grew up with were tough, were ferocious. Now I'm listening to normal people go like, like, come on, guys. You are a live action remake. Try to be like the original. The acting was not good. I'm pretty sure Gerald Butler was trying his absolute best, but he performed so much different from the live action movie than he did in the freaking animated movie. Don't give me that excuse where you say the costumes were limiting their breathing or some other bullcrap. They could have done better. The casting was alright in my opinion, but come on. What are you trying to make sure your mom doesn't wake up? Come on, give your voices some oomph for once. Though then again, who am I to judge on voicing? I mean, look at my old low-budget stuff compared to my voice acting practice stuff. I'm kind of bland. But that still doesn't change the point about the frickin' live action. The acting is blah. I swear, Hiccup and Astrid. That's what I want to talk about now. I'm telling you guys, this was so rushed up and paced, like, so differently. I get that you're trying to build up the hype and, like, the love between Hiccup and Astrid, but, like, the original did it better. Astrid had much better facial acting than the frickin' live action Astrid. What the heck? I swear, the live action movie was a nostalgic mess. I mean, I loved it, but there's so many things wrong with it that I just can't put my finger on. Well, I mean, I could already tell, like, I already listed down most of it, but bro, why? This is just insulting. Like, why? But it's supposed to be like a nostalgic related movie. We're supposed to bring back the love and stuff. Your love is a lot different from how I see love. Now let's talk about the spoiler part. Here's your spoiler warning right now. So just like the original movie, it starts out the same way. This is Burke and everything, with a few minor changes. Like, there's some rushed scenes, and like just most of the movie was rushed compared to the original. And now for the filler scenes, starting off with Gothi. Gothi! 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 Whew! Boy, oh boy. I'm trying to get that out of my mouth. Gothi! Yeah, Gothi. From the movie, and then this TV show where we finally found out her name. Well, I did. Yeah, Gothi. She's here. And she's much more important in the film sometimes. Like, she's just, like, she's our iconic witch. I mean, come on, guys. She's our fortune teller and everything. Gothi's the GOAT. But seriously, though, I'm pretty sure when they added Gothi's scene, I'm pretty sure they were trying to introduce her in a way to make her feel, like, ominous and downright, honestly, Gothi. Well, I mean, what do you expect? It's Gothi. It's awesome. But seriously, though, I felt like the scene was not needed because Stoic was also in his filler scene where he was just, like, hyping up all the Vikings, which was completely different from the original. But then again, I kind of liked it. But given the fact that we got new characters in there, and boy oh boy, I was expecting the iconic either we finish them or finish us kind of line, but no, we got something else, which is a disappointment, but it's a live action remake. Next I want to talk about freaking night scene. They literally took out the night scene where Hiccup and Toothless sneak into Burke into the blacksmith shop, where they try to improve Toothless's, like, spring thing. I actually forgot what it was. I forgot what it was called. I'm not really tuned to the mechanics of the stuff. But seriously though, they skipped that scene and I was disappointed. I thought it was a nice build-up scene for Hiccup and Astrid. Then, of course, the test drive. They rushed the test drive and straight up extended the music. The test drive was so much different from the one I grew up with, I'm telling you guys. But all critiques aside, we move on. Wait, what? Wait, are you telling me the frickin' terrible terror scene is removed? Uh-oh. Busted. Why would you get rid of the most important scene ever? Why? Why in the ever-loving heck would you get rid of the scene that foreshadows the climax? You would literally get rid of the Toothless and Terrible Terror scene where Toothless and Hiccup are just having a nice little buffet of food, and then the Terrible Terrors come out of nowhere, just scavenge for the fish. And then the key important thing, Toothless shoots a fireball in the Terrible Terror's mouth, and it kind of explodes, but the terrible terror doesn't die. That's foreshadowing the Red Death's death. Why would you get rid of it? And then all of a sudden, boom, Hiccup knows it in the live action movie. Like, oh, that thing has wings. How did you know to blast the holes on the dragon? How did you know to shoot the fire inside the Red Death's mouth? How did you know? It's a nostalgic movie. It's a nostalgic movie. It's a nostalgic movie. Moving on. More Rush scenes, an extended scene where I was surprised to see Stoic on Toothless, ready to stab him with the sword. Reference to the books? Then, of course, the fucking Hiccup and Stoic fight. It's a bit longer and a bit quicker. There's some lines taken out, some pacing. Hiccup, I'm sorry, Hiccup did not sound like a wimpy child compared to what we had in the original movie. Stoic's still the same. Gerald Butler carried this movie, I'm gonna be honest. And then, of course, we reach the climax. Now this is where it gets good, because we all know the climax battle was probably one of the greatest things in the movie. So, the Red Death breaks out. Mad! Then we get some new scenes. Well, not necessarily a new scene, but like just new stuff. Astrid is apparently the captain. Hiccup, you're a... I don't want to cuss. I don't want to demonetize this video, but I just want to say, what a wimpy move from Hiccup. Hiccup in the original did not call Astrid to be captain. No, Hiccup was a leader. He led the Dragon Riders. But of course, live action movie. But yeah, Astrid literally leads the team, so it plays out just like in the original. Later on, when Toothless and Hiccup are up, Astrid tries to distract the freaking Red Death, which was a stupid move. But then again, just like in the original. But here's some changes. Well, first of all, the Red Death starts to control the Deadly Natter. Frickin' Stormfly got possessed. I was promised chicken! You're not getting your dang chicken. Wah! So then the Red Death unexpectedly chomps on Stormfly's tail, locking her from moving anywhere. So Astrid gets off Stormfly, goes inside the Red Death's mouth, and breaks the teeth! You broke the teeth? She frickin' broke the teeth! So Astrid, live action Astrid, you broke the frickin' teeth? Hey, leave her alone. She was just trying to free me. So you broke the frickin' teeth! I swear, this was the most creative thing DreamWorks has ever done from a How to Train Your Dragon movie. Or just anywhere in How to Train Your Dragon media. Nowhere on God's green earth would you see frickin' Astrid, of all characters, break the teeth of the Red Death. That was gross. That was crazy. That was creative. I'm just surprised. She broke the teeth. That is crazy. And that has never happened before in How to Train Your Dragon movie, book, comic, anything. Oh my god, I'm crashing out from this. And then after the Red Death's defeat, we head to Newburgh. Well, not necessarily Newburgh, but like where all the dragons and Vikings living in harmony in Burke. Well, with a few added things. And of course some rush pacing. But yeah, How to Train Your Dragon the live action movie, despite its minorities, I think it was a good movie in its own merit. Yet the director and all the other members were expecting us to watch the original before we even thought about the live action. Because they just freaking removed all the important stuff. But yeah, despite all the bad things about it, this was still a good movie. I really enjoyed this movie, even though it has some harsh things about it. Well, hit us with that 5-star score. Come on, dude. What do you rate How to Train Your Dragon?
Bro, you missed our shot.
2.5 stars.
What? You've been saying on how good this movie was!
Yeah, you were straight up glazing it. Is that what people say nowadays? What the heck, bro? That's hardly even a good score. Everyone liked the live action movie. Do they? Do they? Well, yes, this is a live action remake, and it's better than whatever Disney is plopping nowadays. It's just not a live action remake I would want to watch over and over again, but via some nostalgic hypnosis, this is still a good live action remake of an iconic movie. So yeah, of course I'm gonna rate it deeply different, but it's a good movie. I'm telling you guys, it is. It's just not the dragons I grew up with. I'm telling you guys, no matter how many times I think about the live action movie, I just think that kids nowadays are gonna find this more nostalgic than what we had. I mean, people are already, like, the newer gen is, like, praising Rescue Riders and the Nine Realms. It's nothing like what we grew up with. I'm telling you, I was 5 years old when I got to see the original How to Train Your Dragon in theaters. Just me and my mom, watching the magic happen. Now growing up, 15 years later, being 19 years old, about to be 20 this year, by the way, now seeing the live action movie in theaters with just me and mom again, it just didn't feel like what we had before. I'm sorry guys, but this was not the dragons I expected. I was hyped to see it, and I like it, but it wasn't How to Train Your Dragon. I'm sorry guys. I didn't like this movie as much as I liked it. I know that's not supposed to mean something, but like, come on guys. It could have been better. Honestly, it didn't ruin How to Train Your Dragon's legacy, but it just didn't ruin, it just missed the mark. Look guys, you can hate me for as much as you want. This is just my opinion on the movie. It missed the mark. It wasn't hardcore hype level, though I was excited to see it. I just didn't walk out the theater excitedly happy like I was before. I wanted to think about this review. Honestly, I was kind of disappointed, but I still loved the movie regardless. It just wasn't the dragons I grew up with. But yeah, you can rate the movie on however you guys want it to be. I just hope you guys enjoy the movie, because I sure did, but not the way I was expecting. I'm definitely gonna say the marketing for this movie was balls to the walls crazy. I'm seeing everything on my Instagram posts. I'm seeing everything on Twitter, YouTube. This marketing was crazy.
Welcome to a special American Ninja Warrior. Those aren't ninjas you're seeing, they're dragons. We're celebrating the new live-action film How to Train Your Dragon, and the stars of the film Toothless the Night Fury and Stormfly the Deadly Natter.
And yes, I went out of my way and actually got the Burger King How to Train Your Dragon crossover stuff. This is where we got all the mozzarella flies that were super spicy. And of course, the iconic Viking helmet. Love it. And of course, the lemonade. It was beautiful. Sad that Barf and Belcher are here, but hey, I love it.